How's it going, everyone? Deeks here with another All About Truvis, number 25. It seems like only yesterday I was doing All About Truvis number 1, and it's really good that I can share another 31 balls with you today. I know. I'm going to be thanking lots of different people for helping me out expand my collection. But I want to start with a special thank you to the person that sent me up these. Now, this is a new ball that's on the market, and this is Belton Woods. Belton Woods is a golf course in Grantham in Lincolnshire in the UK. And Matt Bradley, who's the head of golf there in Belton Woods, was really kind enough to send me a couple of sleeves of the brand new Truvis, and just a huge thank you. Really appreciate it. You've added to my collection, and next time in your neck of the woods, I'm definitely going to come give you a shot. So this is Belton Woods. This is new out on the market right now, and I'm sure I will put their email address in the notes. I'm sure if you contact them, they'll help you get hold of yours. So keeping on the theme of balls from the UK, you may have caught All About Truvis 24, but if you didn't, I've managed to get myself hold of myself a Wisley ball, and as you know if you watched it, this one is pretty roached. However, the money shot is really nice, so I kind of go through in All About Truvis 24 how I felt about buying a ball that I hadn't checked the quality of, and while the majority of the transaction was really depressing, I was really happy that the Wisley ball comes out front value. Now, you would have thought I'd have learned from my mistakes, but no. Why would I? Why would I learn from my mistakes? I went out the next week and did exactly the same thing. So I saw a ball that was really rare and you can't buy it in retail amongst a batch of lots of others, and I thought it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So on eBay last week, there was a set of 15 balls, including this, which is the Centurion ball. Again, Centurion, a club in the UK that only supply the ball to their members, just like Wisley. And I thought, do you know what? It looks good from the photo. It will be fine. Now, I got it this morning. It's not the worst. Not the worst, but there are issues. There's some pink pen on the top that I can't shift. And there's also some kind of sat marks as well, which is a massive shame. And after I did episode 24, you would not imagine that I would go ahead and make the same mistake. But like Wisley, the Centurion ball is really, really hard to get hold of. So I'm kind of happy that I have this in my collection. As you can see on the camera right now, it does show off well. It's nothing that looks overly roached, but maybe one day in the future, one of you guys will be able to get yourselves to Centurion, buy a couple of sleeves and share them out amongst everyone. But Centurion. And last on the list, I'm not sure if I covered this in the last All About Truvis, but I've also managed to get hold of a St Enodoc, which is a golf course in the UK. Now, this is a really nice ball. The others have been quite, usual, but this one is a green and gold ball with a number 1890 with a spire on. It's a really, really nice ball. And a huge thank you to Ian for sending it to me. And Ian, you also sent me another one. So the next one on the list is this one here. And now this is Queens of Foray golf course in New York, which is simply just the Queen of Hearts, I think it is, on a white background. Not seen too many of these, but I think they're a new print, so we may start seeing them come into the market. But thank you, Ian, for helping me out with St Enodoc and the Queens of Foray. Now, going back a couple of weeks, because it's been a while since I've made a video, I managed to secure 3 balls from David in Canada. He sent them through to Phil, and Phil have sent them through to me, and I've never managed to say thank you. So David, thank you for the next 3 balls. I really appreciate it. The first one is Mopar, which is this one here, which is just the emblem in blue with the number 37. Again, I've never seen one of these before, but I think it's a new print, so we may start seeing them coming more and more in the next few weeks. But this is a ball that I've certainly not seen in the UK, and it will go perfectly with all my other blue ones. I'm going to run out of space because I've got 31 balls to go through. Bear with me. The second one David sent was Cable or Cabot Links, which is simply just the ship on the blue background. Now, I think Cabot also have this ball with Cabot written underneath the ship. I think that was the first print. And it's also important not to mix up this one with the other Cabot, which is not Cabot Links. I can't remember what it's called, but the Cabot with the lobster. This is Cabot, this is the Lynx version, but it's the ship on the blue, really nice ball. Only thing about this one is the ship could have been a bit thicker. At the moment, it just kind of gets lost. You have to really kind of look into it, but it's a nice ball all the same. And the last one David sent me is Rosedale, Ontario. Now, Ontario is a state in Canada which I visit frequently in today's episode, but it's simply their crest on a blue background with 1893. Now, you've got to think, 1893, that's pretty old for a golf course over the pond. I mean, obviously in the UK, we've had golf courses for centuries now, but for a club to be as old as Rosedale is in Ontario, they've done a good job staying open, so well done. So that's David. I also sorted out a trade with Pete. And do you know what, for the life of me, I can't remember what I've sent you, Pete, but thank you so much for sorting me out these three. These three I have wanted for a long time now. The first one is one of the collar balls, and it is the Buddy one. So it is the butterfly in the blue and the orange, and it is an absolute stunner, this one. Only available in Korea, so I'm really lucky to get hold of it. If you follow Truvis Collarball on Instagram, they are doing another competition now. So you can actually look at the balls that they're actually designing, and the competition, obviously the winner gets put into print. Some of the designs are really cool. There's one that came up today which looks absolute mess, but I think we're going to get a new series of collar balls out this year. But this was the first one from Korea, the collar ball, and this is the Buddy version. Pete also sorted me out a Calvert Crossing. This is a really nice one. It is a blue, and I don't think that's gold. I think that's kind of like a tan, but it's got the antlers on with the number 2000 on. This is a really nice ball, and you can see that I'm struggling for the colour there. Not a colour mix that you've seen too many times before. I'm sure there's like one or two, but there's not too many, and obviously the antlers is a really recognisable picture, so it is a ball that's going to stand out on the display. So thank you for sending that one to me, Pete. And now the final one is something I've been going nuts for. And this is via Pete, but it's actually come via all the way from the US. And Kyle, you actually sent this to Pete, and he's passed it on to me. But this is the Guinness ball. You all know that I love the branded balls, and this is absolutely no exception. It is the Guinness harp on a black background. It's absolutely, it's perfect. I love this ball, and one day I will have the Bacardi ball, and I will have the Corona ball, and apparently I've seen, and I'm not sure if they're mock-ups, I've not seen it in reality, but apparently Coca-Cola have brought a ball or two. So I'm going to have even more branded balls to the collection, and there's a few more coming on in this episode. But the Guinness ball is one that I absolutely love, and it is going to stand out right in the middle of my collection. On the side note, I don't know if I said this before, but the shelving that I wanted to buy is a custom shelving, and it's from Germany. And I was speaking to this guy, and he's like, we can't send it to the UK. And I'm like, well, why not? And he's like, Brexit. And I'm just like, oh, how many times does Brexit have to get in the way of my golf ball collection? I don't know. But still waiting on having to order my golf ball displays. But I think I'm over 400 now, so I really need to get them out and on display. So, but if you have a really idea of, if you know of someone that does really good custom designs, I'd be really interested to hear from you. Put them down in the comments because I'm really up for anything at this moment in time. I really like the idea of perspex, simply because you can see through it and it's clear and it's lightweight. Wooden ones are okay, but I'd really want a glass front, otherwise I'd be dusting them every 5 minutes or so. But if you know anything, let me know in the comments. Next, I managed to secure a batch from John. John, I usually get, you know, a set of 3 or 4 from every month, and I've got a few more this time, so I'm going to go through them. Let me go through. Now, the first one is one that will look really nice next to the Guinness ball, and this is the Falcon Ridge ball from Nevada, and it's simply just a circling raven on a white background. Now, unusual things, we don't have too many balls with a 0 before the number, so this will be one of those things that help this one stand out, but it just really, really stands out. The next one is this one here. Now, this one I always thought was the company New Balance, you know, the makers of sporting apparel, but this one is actually North Bellingham from Washington State, and it is just an NB in light blue. But I'm sorry, but that does look like New Balance's logo. I don't know how they've got away with that. But number 59 on, not quite sure what they signifies. If you know, let me know in the comments. But it's just a really nice light blue NB on the white background. I'm slowly running out of space in front of me. Next one, this one's a really interesting one actually. This is the US Air Force Academy, but this ball originates from Colorado, and it's simply just the AF logo on the white background with the number 1 on. But I've got so many of these balls today, if you just look at this, with the kind of same color blue, that are really, really going to look good in the collection. Let me pick another one. So this one, this is probably the only one that I got from John that isn't in mint condition. This is the TPC Superstore, and it is simply the TPC logo with Superstore. I can't see how close I can get that to you, with the number 2019. I will look to get a replacement for this one, because obviously I do want as many balls as I can brand new, but for the moment this is going to sit perfectly along my other TPC ball, which is just TPC, and I think Sawgrass has the same logo on as well. You correct me in the notes if I'm wrong. The next one is Canyon Gate, which is also in Nevada, and it's simply their logo, and it is on a blue and a grey pent. Again, one of those colour combinations that you don't see too many of, but really nice ball. Next, we have this one here. Now, this is the Rancho Santa Fe ball, which is a golf course in California. And you all know, if you watch the channel, that I like the natural balls in green, so your acorns, your leaves, etc. So this one's going to sit nicely in the rest of that collection. Now, we have got 2 unknowns from John, and I'm hoping that you watching right now can actually help me with one of them. This one's actually not in great nick either, but I knew that going in, so it's not the end of the world. But this one is simply a logo, and I can't even make out what that logo is. It may be a state. It may be a state outline. All of you US people, can you recognise what state that is? Answers on a postcard. But with the number 1498, really, really good ball, that one. And the other one is this one here, which is kind of just like a pine tree on a maroon background. There's not too many maroon background ones. I can think of Coyote Ridge, Yochadehe, and the Royal Hawaiian ball, and this is just really, really nice ball. Again, it plays into my whole kind of like things of nature, but it's a nice ball. But this is unknown, so please do let me know in the comments if you can identify where this is from. Now, I have also had a batch of 13 from Patrick. Patrick, if you're watching, a huge thank you. I reckon you've now I reckon you supplied me with well over 20% of my balls now. I reckon at least 80 have come from you in the last 18 months. So thank you for being my major supplier. And we're just going to go through some of the balls that you sent through to me now. So let's start out with this one. Now, I've already got this ball. This is Christie's Hope, which is purple and black, their logo. And it is a ball that I've already got, but the version that I've already got is really badly roached. This one, much better condition. So I may actually be selling the roach Christie's Hope ball on eBay in the next few days. It's something that I know if it's, with the Wisley one, you will be able to show that on the shelf like so. No one will ever know, but I will always know that that mark is on it. I'll always know, and it will always bother me. So this kind of thing, making sure that I've got the best version of it, is just going to be something that we have to, you know, come to terms with. You know, if you've got a Sergio Garcia or a pink Michelle Weeble that's, you know, got a mark on it, you're kind of accepting the fact that you're never going to get another one. I will live with it. But the Christie's Hope ball is quite common out there, so pleased to update my collection. I'm going to go as they go along. The next one is another one of those, another one of those green ones. I'm so, how unprofessional is this? I'm literally losing subscribers at this very moment. So, playing into the whole green nature thing, here's another one. This one is from Oakdale. Now, Oakdale is another club in Ontario, and it is just a green acorn, a really, really, really clear picture on a white background. The next one I've got is, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, I'm really sorry, but this is the Cuscowilla on Lake Oconee, and this is a course in Georgia. And it's just a Native American symbol on a maroon background. But Cuscowilla on Lake Oconee. Please correct me if I get that wrong. Next one is, this one I've wanted for ages. I've only ever seen one, but fortunately Patrick was thinning out his herd, so he managed to sort this one out for me. This is Angus Glen. This is just a bull on a kind of brown background, but again, this heralds from Ontario. Put that on there while I'm going through the next one. Right, the next few are all branded balls, which, as you know, I really like, so we'll go through those. The first one is the only ball that Patrick sent me, which is not mint, but I knew that going in. And this is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, is Macanudo cigars. So it's like the kind of bat with the crown on, just the symbol of the cigar company. Really, really nice ball, but I don't think they'll ever reprint these, kind of like the same as the Tito's homemade vodka. All of those ones that you just think they probably released it for a corporate event and then you'll never see them again. So I think this one will be quite a rare ball in years to come. Macanado cigars. The next one is really quite cheesy because it is just a brand, and that brand is United Airlines, which is just their logo on a blue background. And very similar is Zurich Bank, which is just their logo in blue on a white background. Another company, but not like a global company like Zurich or a United Airlines. This one is a company called Texas, and it is A-Rod Construction. I was kind of guessing that it was going to be A-Rod, the baseball player, but what do I know? I'm currently watching the cricket at the moment, which is not making for good viewing. But it is their logo, which is a kind of star, A-Rod Construction, and another one of the blue and red pens. There's going to be so many blue and red ones eventually. You'll probably have shelves and shelves of them. Another company, and this again is from just Texas, but this is we're getting really quite small now, the Crest Car Dealership in Texas. And it's just their logo with the number 87. No idea what the 87 stands for. I don't even know where the Crest Car Dealership heralds from. But it is a really nice ball, kind of that kind of porcelain look about it. Right, down to the last three. And we'll start with, oh no, I've got 4. That's not good. That one's not good. Right, this is the one that I didn't identify, which is this B. Now, it's definitely a course. It looks like the B from Budweiser. I mean, if you look at that, it looks from the B from Budweiser. But it is a club in the US. I'm not going to go on the computer screen because I've already wasted 10 seconds of your time scrambling around with the balls on the floor. But it is just the B on the background. And I will make sure that I put it in the notes exactly where this is from. The next one is the Plantation golf course in California. This is a stunning ball. Just the kind of palm tree in the kind of frame. I suppose that's the best way of saying. The next one is one of my favourites. Really like this design, and there's not really much going on with it. Just something about it, just really like it. But it's Magnolia Green from Virginia, and it is just some kind of logo. I can't even describe what logo it is, but it is a really nice ball. Really kind of, I can't even describe. It's just some kind of floral thing. I love it. Magnolia Green, Virginia. There we go. Right, last one. I've really hooned through these. I'm still really upset about the 10 seconds we wasted in picking up all the balls. If you do have any questions, if I've gone on too long, just put them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Last one is a really nice one. It is White Cliffs from Massachusetts, and all we've got here is a seashell, but blue all the way around. A really nice ball. And that's it. 31 balls for the collection. We will get to 500, no doubt, very certain. Now, talking about numbers, we don't know where to sit. The ball's in the way. I've gone up to 21 subscribers, and I would really like to keep on increasing subscribers, and then I can start thinking about coming up with different and new things that I can show you. There are a couple of ideas I've had for shows, but I don't really want to push the boat out unless it's actually, I don't want to say worthwhile, because I really appreciate the 21 subscribers that I've got, but I'd really like to have, you know, a few more on board before I start actually allotting a period of time or money to actually start increasing my content. So if you're watching this right now and you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really like some likes this time. I don't get many likes. So if you've watched this and you like it, please do like it. I'd be interested to see if anyone does like it. But there you go. I'm begging for likes. There you go. So that's it for now. I've got a couple of parcels coming from the US. Siegfried, yours is still to arrive, and George, I've still got your 4 to arrive. But that's it. It's going to be a lean month, so hopefully I'll be able to rope back the money that I've spent, maybe enjoy a round of golf next week. That might be nice. And then start looking at increasing my collection again. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed watching me share my collection, and I hope that you found it useful. I will catch you next time on All About Truvis number 26.